有人问坤姐呀，美国人是不是都支持对我们加关税呀？因为不是说可以让制造业回流美国吗？下面这位美国女士说的话颇有见地，可以说头脑比较清醒啊，值得大家来听一听。
Whenever I hear somebody say that the tariffs are a good thing because it's going to bring manufacturing back to the US and therefore create more jobs for the American people, my first thought is, who's going to be working those jobs? Who wants to be working in factories? Like, there's a lot of reasons why we offshored those, but who wants to work in those factories? And if you were to do it, say, okay, like, I'll do it, I'll work in the factory, how much would it take for you to take that job? Like, how much money would you need to make? Not glamorous work whatsoever, and we're already giving the boot to all of the workers who would be willing to work in these factories. So my question is, you are saying that there's not enough jobs for American people. Are you going to be the ones that are working in these factories then, or are you too good for that? I mean, I think, or I hope by now that everybody already knows and realizes that it's not going to make it any cheaper to have things manufactured here versus other countries. It's actually probably going to make it more expensive. But also, it's just been so fascinating to see the narrative change about the tariffs, from starting off with other countries are paying them to it's a negotiation strategy to now they're saying, you know, it's going to be terrible like in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to be beneficial for the economy. Like running on one narrative until they get caught, and then they have to like switch gears and be like, okay, actually, this is why we're doing this. And then they get caught again. They're like, okay, actually, this is why we're doing this. And it's like, when are you going to realize that maybe we were right all along in saying that they're just looking for tax cuts for the wealthy and they don't care about you?
另一位美国小企业老板说，不是我们不爱国，不是我不想让制造业回流，而是因为这根本就不现实，差距太大了，就算加300%的关税，我也不会找美国制造商的。
When I import goods from China, the second it reaches the port, it is held until I personally pay the tariff. Now, for people who understand who pays the tariffs but are still pro-tariff, they say when you import the goods, there's going to be this tariff. It's going to raise the price of the goods. Therefore, American companies are going to be able to compete. And at a certain point, it will actually be cheaper to have your goods manufactured in the United States versus China. And they're going to bring manufacturing back to America. If I could have it made in the United States, I would be happy to pay a premium to actually go and see it and touch it and make sure that it's right before I order tens of thousands of units. Now, you might be saying, aha, Lee, if we add a high enough tariff, then the prices would be the same, and then you would choose U.S. manufacturing. The issue is the prices aren't even close to the same. I'll give you some very specific examples here. For my big bottle of hot sauce, I had a prototype made in China, and then I went to a factory in the United States that specializes in this sort of thing. And I said, how much would it cost to make this exact box? It was 800% more. 800% more. Another part of this that I have tried so hard to get manufactured in the United States is the label. But the prices that I was being quoted by printers in the US are outrageous. They wanted $7,000 to build the plates, and then they wanted $2 per label. In China, there's no setup fee at all. The cheaper labels are 5 cents a label, and the ultra high quality label that I wanted, 25 cents. But you can probably see why a 50% or even a 200 or 300% tariff would still not make me or almost any other business move to American manufacturing for these sort of products, because it still doesn't make sense financially.
很多人不知道这次加关税对美国人的影响到底有多大，听一听下面这个大哥说的话吧。
So everything from your electronics to your plates, your clothes, your toys, textiles, everything will go up. Probably double or triple. As I look around my house, pretty much 85 to 90% of the stuff I have is made in China. Go figure. So my question is, where does this stop? We already at 104%. For 4 years, we could be paying double and triple prices until the next person get in office, if the next person gets in office. We're losing. You're gonna make it seem like we winning this trade war. We're not. We're losing. We might not feel it right now, but if this keep going on for the whole term, our pockets go feel it. Like it was already feeling it before, but 104% on 80% of the stuff we use on a daily, or we buy monthly.
由于美国忽上忽下、瞬息万变的关税政策呀，如今很多美国人的精神状态 be like.
Based on tomorrow morning's tariffs, they're going to be about $1,500 a pair. You know, I'm watching this tariff up and tariff down, and all these countries want to come together. It's like insanity. And if you don't find time to laugh about this shit, I tell you, you'll absolutely go insane. The water's gonna go up, food's gonna go up, gas is gonna go up, cars are gonna go up, shoes are gonna go up, clothes are gonna go up. I mean, honestly, maybe none of us might be able to afford it, and we'll all just walk around naked. Anyway, at the end of the day, there will be a new norm, and we will all figure this out. So just don't make yourself crazy. Don't drive yourself insane. Just, reel the shit back in. So you got a roof over your head, you got food in your belly, your kids are safe, everyone's good, we're all happy, we're all safe, and you got your health. That's the most important thing.
在美国，好多做点小生意的人已经维持不下去了，这意味着他们雇不起员工，那些员工的家庭也陷入了生存危机。一位女士说呀，她正有货等着从中国运过来呢，但是如今她要交的关税是天价，她根本就交不起的。
I have products in China right now produced ready to ship. They were supposed to get on a boat yesterday and come to America, and I can't ship them because what would have cost me maybe $30,000 with a reasonable tariff now is going to cost me almost $200,000. And I have to have that money when the products get to customs, and I don't have that, nothing close to that. It's not even reasonable. So I have to leave my goods in China until I figure out some other direction. But what that means is when I run out of stock in 2 to 3 months, I no longer have products to sell and no more revenue coming in, which means I can't pay my bills, can't pay my employees, and everything I have, all of my debt. I have my house leveraged. We have 5 employees. My house is leveraged against our loans for our growth into Walmart and Target. If I can't pay those bills, I don't even want to think about it. And it's hard to make a decision. We had an idea yesterday after the announcement of, well, maybe we can export to Australia, repackage the products, and then re-import them from there. But because policy changes every 36 hours or so, I don't want to make that decision and make that move only for something else to change in just a couple more days. I'm paralyzed. I can't even make a decision right now. And I'm not the only one. There's thousands of us, small businesses in this exact same position. For me, I would have to create, if I even found a factory in the US willing to do it that had the right machinery, it would take 4 to 6 months to get the tools made to even start production. And that alone would cost me over $200,000. I don't have the time or money to do that in this moment. We don't have any time to make any adjustments.
还有一位美国小姐姐说呀，她一直以为只要通过努力就可以实现美国梦，可是我努力了，如今却不知道梦在哪里，前路该怎么走。
So what do I do? Do I send the product back, but then I don't have any product to sell, which means the business is over, and I would have to pay for shipping, which would be several thousand more dollars to send the product back to China. I just feel so angry. Like, I have worked so hard to start my own business and live the American dream. And, I was so burnt out in corporate America, and I just wanted to be able to do my own thing and start my own business and take a chance on myself. And now it seems like that's just over. Like, I'm just gonna lose tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know what to say. I'm just genuinely in shock, and I don't know what to do. I literally have no words.
再举个例子啊，卖饼干的美国人需要有包装袋吧，一直都是从中国买的，质量好，价格低，这样啊，他们才可以维持自己的生活，也让很多美国老百姓吃得起好吃不贵的饼干。现在美国的做法让他们是举步维艰啊。下面这位女士说的话，让好多的美国人是哑口无言呢。
Buy my bags from China, which means my business is being impacted by the tariffs imposed by the current administration. That is not a political stance. It is just the truth. That has made a lot of people very angry on the Chinese app TikTok. I used to buy my bags made in America. They were shitty little cellophane bags that I had to individually sticker the front and back of each bag. It was the bane of my existence. Some of these places have a minimum of 1,000 bags per design. As a small business owner with a credit card with a limit on it, I can't afford that. So when I found this company that could make these bags, which were the exact bags that I wanted, that no company in America makes, I ordered them. So to all you who are like, you should just buy American. Support our American economy. You're giving your money to the Chinese. Are you kidding? Your MAGA hats are made in China.
当然，也有些嘴硬的美国人说，你看给中国的关税都涨了这么多了，感觉物价的涨幅好像还没有关税涨幅那么高哈。面对着这些心存幻想的民众啊，一位美国农民给大家科普道：别急呀，时机还没到，他和他的家人已经在承受了，其他人嘛，早早晚晚的，谁也跑不了。
This bag right here, it comes from China. It's 25% more costly today than it was 2 weeks ago. And you, as the consumer, aren't going to pay that extra cost. And why? Because the supply and demand of the market means that today there's all the onions that you, as the consumers, need. We have low onion prices, and we can't raise our prices. So we, as farmers, are absorbing the additional cost when it comes to our bags. When it comes to other inputs, other things that we might be paying for, if it's metal or fertilizer or everything else for that matter, we're going to be paying for it because we cannot raise our prices. Now, someday in the future, maybe we'll be able to increase those prices and recapture. But right now, when we need the money to operate, we can't ask for it because there's too many onions, and that's just the fact of the matter. So tariffs don't immediately get passed to you as the consumer. They'll get to you eventually, but right now, me and my family, we as farmers are absorbing the cost of the tariffs.
这2天啊，全世界都见证了一出大戏，什么别的国家给暂缓90天，什么只针对中国，关税是一再的增加呀。这些你说是政策，也可以说是消息。这一次又一次的消息放出来，到底伴随着的是什么呢？背后又有什么猫腻呢？别以为美国老百姓都是傻子，下面这个人冒着风险说的话，让很多美国人直呼大彻大悟啊。
I'm going to say the thing that no one is saying. Trump purposely did this to make his friends a lot of money. He has manipulated the stock market in order to buy low and sell high. And while you could say, well, what's the proof? What's this? What's that? He tanked the market and with just one social media post jumped it sky high. And you cannot tell me that he did not go to his friends and say, today we're going to make an announcement, we're going to pause it. So make sure you bought all that stock. So that way your money just triples and doubles. Guys, I try to be unbiased as possible, but when you've got something this obvious in your face, from a guy whose book actually says you buy low and sell high, and you manipulate the market in a way to which that not only benefits you, but all your rich friends, you're just now making it to where we get poorer and they get richer on another level. And unfortunately, we now have a society in which we cannot investigate any of this. And if we do, no one's going to get in trouble. The rich are going to continue to get richer, and we're going to continue to get poorer. And I apologize if this comes off as frustrating, but it is. Because within minutes of Trump saying we're pausing it, the Dow had surged 2,400 points. And while you and I can maybe buy 1 or 2 stocks of that, they could buy thousands at a time. There were people that became millionaires within minutes of Trump putting that announcement out.
时间还在1分1秒的向前走，如今美国普通人清醒的是越来越多了。说到底了，世界各国的普通人都一样，都是为了养家糊口。可惜的是啊，他们不得不为自家高层的愚蠢做法买单。但好消息是，他们依然是中文互联网上好多人无比崇拜羡慕的美国人啊。